Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and stay back once again with some more Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket ranked matches. Today's video I'm going to continue on my Eeveelution challenge series here as I try to build a deck around each one of the Eeveelutions and see if I can manage to win some ranked games online with them. Today's video I finally worked my way to Glaceon, and this is the deck that I've put together for Glaceon. It's a deck that I've tried before. It is Glaceon and Poliwrath, but it has been a long time since I've tried it, and there's been a lot of new boosters and items and things that I think can make this deck a lot better than from the last time I tried it. So we're going to see if I can manage to tweak it and improve it. If memory serves, the last time I tried this deck, it actually did pretty well. So we're going to see if we can not mess up what worked the first time while still improving it. But I will have the entire deck list in the description of the video below should you want to try this deck out for yourself or to simply improve upon it. But yeah, that's enough me rambling, and let's go find our first match. Alrighty, looks like I have found my first opponent here, and we are going to have to go first, which is not so bad when you're playing a water deck, but not great when you start out with the one normal card that you have. But alright, not the ideal hand, but we do have the capability of drawing into another basic and drawing two more cards, so it's not all bad. And we do get our Glaceon right off rip too, though I'd like to see a Misty here too. But it looks like we're also going up against an Eevee deck of some kind. Looks like that is the new Eevee from the Eevee Grove pack. I wanted to try like a slightly different Glaceon deck, if I'm being completely honest, than the Poliwrath one that I settled on. But my luck has not been very good with the Eevee Grove booster so far, if I'm being completely honest. I haven't really gotten too much from it. I haven't got any of their the EX Eevees that are in this set, so I can't really run like an all Eevee deck like I've been wanting to, and I don't have very many duplicates, unfortunately. I was pretty hyped for the new Flareon EX, but I only have one of those bad boys, so I can't really build a deck around it or build like an all Flareon deck or anything like that because I don't have the Eevee EXs. But that's the curse of a free player, I guess. Can't always get everything you want at all times. So I'm kind of trying to think on the fly of some fun Eeveelution decks to play with the cards that I have while I continue on through my series here, and we'll see what we can get to. Oh yeah, this is me rambling of the things that I want, but the idea of this deck, if you've never seen me play it before, I've played it a couple times, but is basically just to be annoying. Glaceon has the effect of Snowy Terrain, which does 10 damage to your opponent in between turns, and then you compound that with a Poison Barb and a Rocky Helmet. It really makes it really hard for your opponent to want to attack into you, so it's really just make them in a race against the clock as they continue to take damage while you're building. And with Poliwrath, it just has a built-in Rocky Helmet. If you attack into it, your opponent takes 20 damage, and if you put a Rocky Helmet on Poliwrath, then they take 40. So that's just kind of the general idea. Is to kind of build up a defensive wall and kind of put pressure on your opponent to maybe act faster than what they would want. But unfortunately, we do need 3 energy to attack into Glaceon. With attack with Glaceon, and kind of put more pressure, but I haven't seen my Misty just yet. Let me get another Rocky Helmet. Or our first Rocky Helmet, excuse me. Let's go ahead and throw that into Poliwag. Now, I do have rare candies in this deck, so we can evolve straight to Poliwrath if we get lucky. But the luck of the draw has got to be on our side here. We're just going to keep chipping away at this Eevee, though. That Eevee Garchomp, that's a interesting build. We definitely want to get that Garchomp out of here. So I guess I wouldn't be mad at drawing a Sabrina, but we can't guarantee the Garchomp getting pulled in here. And they've got their Garchomp, which is a problem. Alright, they are running Garchomp EX. They're going to swap out and pop one of my Pokemon for 50. Because they don't have enough energy to do the full 100. Now, if they attack Glaceon, they're poisoned, so they're probably not going to do that. Oh, they are? Okay. That was actually a surprising move. And we get a rare candy of our own. Play it. Get Poliwrath up here. Enter energy into our Glaceon. I'm just going to swing on Garchomp. And they're going to eat 100 damage here. Between the poison Or 110, I should say, between the Poison and Poison Barb. Effective Poison Barb, I can't speak. They're probably just going to swing on me here. Oh, no, they got Lily, so. No real threat of KOing them just yet. But we are going to lose Glaceon here. And unfortunately, Garchomp, they don't necessarily have to attack the Poliwrath up front. They can attack the Eevee on the bench in 2 turns. So I kind of need Misty here. And I didn't get it. That is very unfortunate. Alright, now I can try to delay here by Cyrusing in the Eevee, but I don't know if I want to waste like that just yet. So we're just going to hope and pray for Misty to pop up here. Alright, 7 cards. 2 out of the 7 are Misty. So hopefully we can draw into it. They got a Sylveon in this deck, so they're just doing that so they can draw more cards. If you're familiar with Glaceon EX, it's basically it has a built-in Oak effect that whenever you evolve into it, you get to draw 2 cards for free. Which is not a bad little effect. But I also don't have... It's another Eeveelution that I don't have yet. I'm missing Glaceon EX. I don't have it at all. I don't think I have any of the Sylveons, actually. Like I said, my luck's not been good with this set at all. But alright. Please give me Misty. I didn't get Misty. Okay, well that's probably GG's, I think. Well, no, I can't even get Poliwrath out. I was going to say I could try... bring in Eevee here and maybe get lucky on some coin tosses, but we're just going to have to... delay. And all I really did was recover them from poison, so there's not really a whole lot I could do here. Fortunately, the luck of draw is going to be against me here. It would have been nice to draw into a Misty, but we're not going to get that opportunity. Just going to bring in the healthy Garchomp and knock out Poliwrath. And unfortunately, down we go. But not before we hit him for 40. Oh well, them's the break sometimes. Unfortunately, we didn't draw into what we needed quick enough. A little bit of bad luck there. And with them running Sylveon, they could draw just... Well, they didn't even really need it until in-game, but they kind of drew into what they needed early, and we did not. But that's what happens sometimes. But good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I have found my next opponent here. It looks like we're going to go first once again. And still no Misty, so we're going to start with Eevee here. And we do have the misfortune of going first, but we have both rare candies in our hand, which is not too bad. Now let's see what we're going up against. If we ever get to find out. Alright. And an electric deck on top of that. Okay. Well, only Poliwrath is weak to electricity. So Glaceon's okay unless they're just compounding this somehow and running steel. Alright. We get another Eevee on the bench. We get our last basic and our Poliwag. Get it on our bench, and that's all we can do because we went first. So they're running an Electivire deck, I would presume. Along with Pikachu EX, which you don't see a ton of Pikachu anymore. Alright, they're going to charge up their Electabuzz. And we do draw into our Glaceon, which is nice. So let's go ahead and get that evolved so we can do 10 damage in between turns and kind of get that whole process started. Now I would, again, like to see Misty next turn. That would be nice. And all we need is 1 heads to really start the game plan here with Glaceon. Alright, so they put an electric cable onto Electabuzz, so if they lose it, they can attach it to the energy they lose onto their Pokemon on the bench, which is running a Alolan Raichu as well. I do like Alolan Raichu a lot. I played that one deck around that was not too bad with Giratina. I should probably try it again with something else. So I'm not very smart deck builder, so I don't know what would be good to run with him, but I will cross that bridge when I come to it, I guess. Let's focus on the here and now. Alright, so next turn we can do some damage. The problem is that Raichu, though, since it has the same effect as Alakazam, for each energy attached to Glaceon here, it'll do an extra damage. I think it's an extra 20. And of course, they're going to hit the head, so why the hell wouldn't they? Well, that really messes me up. Okay. Well, now I really need Misty, or probably we're going to lose. Oh, God. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Of course, they hit everything they needed on the Team Rocket. And no Misty to be found, unfortunately, here. So we get the fun of building Glaceon up again. Because that Team Rocket hit hard. But I guarantee with my luck, if I were to use Misty, I would get nothing, and that would just be what would happen. Alright, well, we're going to get hit for 120 here because of Electivire's effect. That Team Rocket probably really just screwed me here. Alright, so the game plan now has to be Poliwrath. So, do I guess we just leave Glaceon out to die, Warrior's Death, I guess. I guess I could have switched Poliwag or Eevee in to just make sure I only lost 1 point. But then there's the chance I could have just Cyrus Glaceon back in. Which I guess it may have been smarter to make him burn that Cyrus if they did have it. Okay, now, I've really got to have Misty next turn. And I didn't get Misty. You would think I was running that card at all. 2 straight duels, not seen her. Alright, well... I don't think I survive a hit from Raichu. Alright, well I think this is going to be another L because of that Team Rocket. And no Misty to be seen. Alright, well Poliwrath's going to be holding on for dear life here. There's Misty, but unfortunately this is a terrible case of too little, too late. So, alright, well, gotta take Poliwrath out. Bring the Eevee in, even though it's just gonna get one-shotted by Raichu regardless. But, you know, we go down swinging here. Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and get 4 heads here that are completely worthless. Okay, and it's gonna pass that energy backward. Or is it just one, or is it everything? Yeah, it's just one to each Pokemon. Alright, they're probably not going to bring in Pikachu because they can't KO me with that. So yeah, they're just going to bring in Alolan Raichu. It's a guaranteed 60. 80 in my case because I have 1 energy into Eevee. And unfortunately, this one's going to be a done deal. Presuming they attack. Now this is also going to demote me back to Great Ball 2. Unfortunately, with the rank reset that recently happened, but I guess it's been a little while now. It's been a while since I've in a Pokemon video, but I was at Ultra Ball 1 or 2. I can't remember which one. and got knocked down to Great Ball 3 after the rank reset. Yeah, they're running Paratreza too. They're running a plethora of stuff in this deck. Okay, go ahead and put me out of my misery. We take 90 on the Eevee and unfortunately drop 2 games in this duel, or in this Eeveelution challenge here with Glaceon. Not having the luck that I had with the first time with this deck. But hopefully in this last duel we can try to get 1 on the board, and hopefully I see Misty when she's actually useful to me. But alright, well, good game to the opponent. I'm back when I find one more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves and actually get a win on the board for a change. Alright, we got 2 Poliwraths. Start with Poliwag, but no other basics. So if something happens to Poliwag, we are unfortunately screwed. Alright, we do finally have the type advantage here. So I'm presuming this is probably Charizard and Incineroar. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Let's see if we're actually right about that. Perhaps this Pokeball will give me a little insight here. And it is Charizard and Incineroar, the Wombo combo. Ooh, we get a rare candy right out of the gate. Unfortunately, we can't make use of it just yet, because you can't play it on your first turn. And we do get a Glaceon. No Misty yet again. The game really does not want to give me Misty. But we can chip away at this Charmander and maybe get rid of it. Which makes me think, I mean, depending on what happens here, they could evolve, but it makes me think maybe they already have it. Because of course they do. And next turn, I am dead. Alright. Good to know. Alright, well, unless my next card is a Misty that has 1 heads on it, we probably lose once again. Alright, there's Misty. Now the problem is, I have no other basics. Because my drawing has been piss poor so far. Alright, we do get the 1 heads that we need, but again, probably not going to do me much good here. I'm probably just dead, because the most I can do is 100. And they're going to pop me for 150, then only take 20 back. And that's going to bring this duel to a screeching halt very quickly. Yep, there it is, and this one's already over. Good God. Alright, well, this was not a good day for Pokemon whatsoever. This deck did not perform very well. But that is mostly user error, I'm sure, because of how I put this thing together. But it worked for me the first time. I might have just made it worse with the tweaks and stuff that I made. Though you couldn't really tell because I didn't really draw into anything I could ever really need. I guess the rare candies helped a tad. But unfortunately didn't see too much. But it was just one of those days. Unfortunate luck. Kind of compounds it all with bad deck building as well. But good games to that opponent. I do believe I'm going to end the video here though. I plan to continue onward with the Eeveelution challenge if I can get some more cards to vary up the decks a little bit. There's one more that I for sure have enough cards to try. It's Flareon and Incineroar. I'm going to give that a shot just to see how that turns out. Hopefully better than this. But yeah, that's enough of my rambling. But if you made this right video, do thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.